Welcome back to California Cooking. You know, I happen to love anything that you can fill up with all of your favorite ingredients and toppings, like sandwiches, tacos, or even baked potatoes. Let's start with mouth-watering sandwiches. Mamie is a neighborhood cafe specializing in the most amazing Italian sandwiches filled with the finest made in-house ingredients. Let's go inside.
Hi, I'm Michael, the owner of Mamie. Welcome. I've been working in the industry in the restaurant industry for quite some time. After COVID, I got burned out of the fine dining world. Looked my way around, did a lot of helping others opening their own stores until I clicked with this location. I wanted to do something that talked to me. A restaurant with quality I'm proud of, serving in a very casual way. Mamie came up. Since we opened, people are responding quite well. Mamie is an artisanal Italian panini place. We're making our own bread. It's called a schiacciata bread. It's a bread made with Italian flour, and it's rising for 72 hours. So the dough has time to develop, get very soft in the inside, very airy, and very crunchy on the outside. Bread that is so fresh lasts 24 hours, and that's it. So we have to make it every 2 hours, and when you come to Mamie, you will have a bread that is less than an hour old. We are using just meat and cheese from artisan, not big producer, very small producer. The products are top-notch, top quality, and we do it the old-fashioned way. When you walk in Mamie, you are right away welcome with the smells of the bread cooking, the roast of the vegetables, these all grandmother kitchen flavors. All of a sudden, you are transported into another place. I was born in France, from an Italian family. My grandmother had to move from Italy to France, where I grew up. This is where I learned how to cook with her. One day, after COVID, when I decided that was it for me, the fine dining, and I wanted to open Mamie, I gave her a call. And I said, Mamie, what do you think if I open a sandwich place? You know, the bread and the sandwich, the way you were making it when we were kids. And she said, go for it. I went for it. She gave me all the recipes, and I called it Mamie. So it means grandmother in French. When I was a kid, we were living very close to my grandmother, so I was sneaking out of my home, going to my grandmother's home, Mamie. And I was helping with prepping everything she was making, from roasting vegetables, prepping the meat, roasting the pork, whatever it was, I was helping. And since a very young age, I was with her in the kitchen. My grandmother passed away. It's a bittersweet situation for me, but she's obviously here with me every day. Mamie is three main elements. The bread that we are very proud of. From there we have all the meats and cheeses. Everything is, again, come from the hills, from Italy and from the old world. Cheese is different because it's fresh made cheese. So we had to find a way to make it here because the shelf life is very, very short, but it's still made by an artisanal Italian guy, 78-year-old, that has been doing that for all his life. Just one of the best burrata, mozzarella, stracciatella that you can have here. And then we have all our ingredients that we roast every day. We go to the farmer's market. We have our grower, our farmers that bring us the product by season. We roast them with minimal salt, herbs, things that we can find that are in season. Then we have the cremas. All our cremas, we have crema de carciofi, the artichoke cream, we have gorgonzola cream, parmigiana cream, truffle cream. We have all those elements that goes into pesto, of course. We have all those elements and the different flavor lining up on the sandwich. And then to finish, a lot of our sandwiches has cracked pistachio. Same thing from Sicily, this one. This mix, the layer of the different flavor texture is exactly what I was looking for when creating Mamie. We have quite a wide selection of panini, from vegan, vegetarian, meat, tuna. But I would say that my three top paninis are the Viale di Parma, which is gorgonzola cream, fig jam, cracked pistachio, prosciutto di Parma 18 months, arugula, olive oil. Simple. Number two is the Di Parma panini. Pesto, pistachio, prosciutto di Parma, burrata, arugula, extra virgin olive oil. Number three, the Colucci. Parmigiana cream, spicy roasted eggplant, wild mushroom, prosciutto cotto, just with a little bit of olive oil. I wanted people to understand that they were not getting into an Italian restaurant. I wanted people to understand that they're getting in the life in Italy. I wanted to make sure they understand that they were stepping in another place, not in another cafe or restaurant. So I called it Mamie Street Food of Italy because I wanted them to walk in an Italian street. And that was all the thought behind this creation. So when I opened this place, the close community adopted Mamie very, very fast. At the same time, Mamie kind of blew a little bit and had a lot of people coming from all over Southern California. It became the panini place in LA. I am so excited by the response of the community and the love and excitement that people have when coming here. It's not just liking it. They get excited by the product, like they're discovering something new. Wow, a sandwich with that mayonnaise and ketchup? What? People, and even Italians, have told me that those paninis are even better than the one they had in Italy. And this brings me an immense satisfaction. And the response is beyond my expectation. The love is beyond my expectation. If you come here on weekends, you will see the mix of community, people from different social background, ethnicity, age group. It's amazing. I reached my dream. I wanted to thank you very much for letting me share my story with you. I hope it gives you a glimpse of what you can experience here at Mamie.
Coming up, I'm making a stuffed baked potato with roasted salmon and an herby lemony sour cream. And later, it's tacos and burritos bursting with Middle Eastern flavors. A fluffy baked potato filled with flavorful bites of roasted salmon and topped with a lemony sour cream. That's exactly what I want for dinner tonight. I remember growing up, my mom would do stuffed baked potatoes. I feel like in the 80s, they had a moment where it'd be like broccoli and cheese and all kinds of things. Because the baked potato, it's the humble baked potato, but I think you can do a lot with it. So what I thought would be kind of nice for just a quick weeknight meal, you bake your potato and you stuff it with some roasted chunks of salmon and a really tangy sour cream sauce. So the first thing, we want to bake our potato. I've got foil and parchment, a baked potato. I poked it. You want to poke it so that it roasts evenly. Butter, a good amount, and you just kind of roll it around so that some salt will stick. Some salt and some pepper. That's it. Put it in the oven, forget about it. I always tend to think it takes about an hour to bake a potato. And I really just do it on all different temperatures. I mean, 375, 400. You can't really screw it up. I'll put this in the oven. I saw this trick where you pour boiling water quickly on top of salmon and the skin comes off. Will it work? Maybe if I get the knife under there. There we go. you know, ask the fishmonger to do this for you, but it worked. Look at that. Beautiful. And now I have some paper towel here because we want to dry off our salmon so we can season it, but that was not bad. Try it on this side. Yes. Excellent. Worked. Now that we got the skin off, we're gonna pat it dry. You could broil it or you could bake it at a high temperature because you want it to brown. So I'm gonna cut it into cubes. Sharp knife, there we go. Cut it into as close as you can to similar size. I know sometimes the thinner part of the salmon cooks differently. I feel like a sushi chef here. Okay, we got our salmon cut into cubes. Now let's get a bowl and we're just gonna season our salmon. Now for our salmon seasoning, I'm going to do some garlic powder, maybe a tablespoon, some smoked paprika, some dry mustard, a little bit of sugar, pinch of salt, and some pepper. So that is our little rub. The sugar will help caramelize a little when it's in a hot oven. And then we just kind of hit it and we stir it around so everything gets coated. A little bit more. And that's why we wanted to dry off that salmon because that way this will stick and get nice and brown in the oven. Beautiful. We've got a parchment lined baking sheet. Out goes the salmon. Single layer. I've got the broiler on. I'm gonna broil it because I think that'll give us the desired effect. A little bit of olive oil on top and it's going in the oven. This meal is so easy, the oven's doing all the work. So everything's in the oven, the potatoes, the salmon. Now for our sour cream, which I think is the whole point of eating a baked potato, is so you can have a bunch of sour cream. And now I found this one that has probiotic in it. So I feel like it is good for you. Probably not good for you, who knows, but a probiotic, that part of it is good for you. Some garlic we're gonna add. So we're just gonna jazz up our sour cream. And I'm gonna grate in a little bit of garlic, maybe a half a clove. I'm gonna grate in some lemon zest because lemon and salmon are best friends. You could also add a little juice, maybe I will, just to thin out the sour cream a touch. And some fresh dill and chives, a nice big bunch of dill. I love dill with salmon. Dill going in. Fresh chives for a little oniony bit. Chives. Okay. I think a little bit of pepper, a touch of salt. And then we stir that up and we've got our topping. And if it's a little too thick, add more lemon juice, which I might do, I think. Done. Waiting for our potatoes and our salmon. Salmon bites. Now let me get the baked potato. Okay. Easy. See, this took, I don't know. I mean, the potato takes an hour, but the salmon took, 10 minutes maybe? So here's our baked potato, nice and soft. So you want to do that thing, right? Where the potato looks kind of cute and it's opened up. Here's our plate. I just have a little side salad that you could serve it with. I also think every baked potato needs butter. I would put that down there. You just fill this guy up with our salmon bites. And I love how they got a little caramelized because we had it on a really high temp oven. You just stack them up. One more. Now we've got our herby, lemony sour cream, garlic in here, dill, chives. And then look at this. Oh yeah, don't be shy. That looks delish. And then just to be cute, put a little extra dill on top and dinner is served. Snacking on the salmon, really good. That spice blend, because you get the garlic and you get a little bit of the sweetness from the sugar, the smokiness from the paprika. Okay, I'm gonna go in for a bite. I'm gonna do sour cream, gotta get the potato, with the salmon. It's like the perfect bite needs to happen. Yum. I hope you give it a try. Easy, delish, and not much mess. That's the best part. Coming up, we're gonna take you to the home of the original falafel taco. That's coming up next. Tacos and burritos, but stuffed with Middle Eastern flavors, we had to check out the home of the original falafel taco.
Hey guys, I'm Armin Martirosyan. I'm the owner of MidEast Tacos, home of the original falafel taco. MidEast Tacos is a fusion of both the Middle Eastern and Mexican culture. You know, being born in Los Angeles, it was absolutely important to me that if I was supposed to do something, that I would develop a menu that would be resemblance of something that I'd like to eat in my day-to-day aspect in life, which is obviously Mexican food and Armenian Middle Eastern food. So like the masa, the corn tortillas, that's the aspect of the Mexican culture with the fresh salsas, salsa avocado salsa, the salsa roja. And I wanted to fuse the toum from the Lebanese culture with ingredients that the Mexican culture would also appreciate. MidEast Tacos actually started as this developmental thing inside of Mini Kebab, my family business in Glendale, with a food blogger named Grub Fiend. This was like 9 almost years ago. We were messing around. We made this absolutely monstrous burrito with lavash. And I was like, there's direction. Fast forward a couple months later, some R&D, and we ended up making a bunch of tacos. And then from there, we had burritos. One of our most popular items on the menu has to be the falafel taco. The falafel's my grandma's recipe from Egypt. I was like, it'd be a perfect item for Los Angeles because, you know, we love to be, we're health conscious and we want to be attentive towards a lot of the things. So we put it on a delicious, freshly pressed corn tortilla with an avocado salsa, our two marble sauce, fresh herbs, diced onions, and a nice lime wedge to just bring it home with an acid offset to everything. The food's delicious. Everything is prepared in-house. Everything is prepared from scratch. I think there's people that are still trying to understand, like, it's a fusion, it's different. Growing up in Glendale, growing up in Los Angeles, food has been a very, very big influence in my life. Obviously, my parents are chefs. My parents have a restaurant called Mini Kebab in Glendale. I've been in that restaurant since I was 6 years old, wrapping mini kebabs. Every aspect of my life has had that restaurant involved in. Just growing up there, going there to eat lunch, spending my time doing homework there, helping my mom and dad when I can. And it was literally just them two. So my lifeline is actually that restaurant. And a lot of everything that is now developing into what it is now is because of that little restaurant like MidEast Tacos. It's been a very, very interesting ride. My parents still work at the restaurant. I work at the restaurant every day. It's a beautiful thing. What we have here is the chicken burrito. The chicken burrito used to be wrapped in the lavash. We actually prepare it with fresh basmati rice, and then we mix that with our delicious sauces, fresh herbs, deliciously diced red onions, and the protein that's cooked over an open fire on skewers. Chop them up, little kebab-sized pieces, mix it up, put it on a fresh mejorado flour tortilla, wrap that up, put it on the plancha, get that nice and toasted, and crush it with our tumor bowl sauce, which is a sauce that comes from the Lebanese culture, and we blend that with Mexican ingredients. This is our shrimp quesadilla. I actually love the shrimp quesadilla. It's one of my personal favorite things to eat. Delicious fresh flour tortilla from mejorado, and we have skewers of shrimp that cook over an open fire. We hit that with some cheese, with 6-7 pieces of shrimp, freshly grated cabbage, and the tumor bowl sauce with our salsa roja. Everything made in-house. Once again, on the plancha, get nice toasted marks on it and just crunch with the sauces. Time is a very interesting thing. We just opened the doors of MidEast Tacos last year, and it's already a year in. It blows my mind to how much you learn within a week, let alone a year. This restaurant is constantly developing, constantly getting better. We have the ability to now expand our footprint into Glendale at our commissary kitchen, which will be a predominantly third-party delivery service, catering. It'll be now expanded to the regions of Glendale, Burbank, hopefully NoHo, and other areas that people might not be able to have the access to quite yet. Hopefully to many, many more coming soon. A year into the business, I'm very proud. You know, 8 years ago inside a mini kebab, just floating out, messing around. Now we're here, brick and mortar Silver Lake, on Sunset Boulevard, have so many customers, fed so many people. I'm very proud. I'm never satisfied. And I'm always looking to get better, always looking to develop, and that's the only way we can be, especially as a chef and as an entrepreneur. And I just want to make sure that every single person that comes to this restaurant is absolutely satisfied and happy. So it's a constant developmental thing. But yes, absolutely proud of MidEast Tacos. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming to MidEast Tacos, and we hope to serve you guys soon and to the greater community of Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
For the recipes we feature on our show, follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. That does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.